Welcome to 2012, the year of positive change. To bring change about, we need to make an intention. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. And often when it comes to making major life-changing decisions, we hesitate. Do I really want to move to that new location if I'm not absolutely sure that I'll have a job there? Do I want to move homes if I'm not sure I'm going to like my new neighbors? Or, should I take a risk and tell this person that I really like them and risk them rejecting me? So we hold back and we miss out on amazing things happening in our lives. Once you place an intention, in order to bring that new situation about, you have to completely commit, even when you can't see exactly how the change will manifest. And that's the scary part. That's what often holds people back. So they live lives that are not totally satisfying because they'll only make changes incrementally. A little bit here, a little bit there. And yet that's not how our species evolved. We're no longer nomads walking the terrain looking for a place to pitch our tent and looking for something to eat. Yet that's how we lived at one time. If what you were doing wasn't working, you changed it up because the world wasn't a secure place to be. You didn't have any guarantees that another tribe wouldn't come in and war with yours and take your possessions and your people. So you lived life in a much more immediate sense because that was absolutely necessary. We've gotten very comfortable with our sense of security. I know my friends, I know where I work, I know my home, and it's a really big deal to change that up. So often when people want to make a move, they try to apply for a job there first so they know that they're landing in a situation that's secure. But life doesn't always work that way. Sometimes it pulls the rug out from under us, or we have a sense that where we're living we just no longer fit, or the work we're doing is just no longer right for us. So we're challenged at that point to place an intention, to make a major decision, to change something in our lives profoundly. And in order for this to work, you have to be completely committed without knowing how you're going to land. It means deciding to step forward into that new phase of your life without having any guarantees that it's going to manifest the way your mind thinks it should. And that means moving from the heart. That means going into your emotional space and really coming to a sense of what gives you joy. What are you passionate about? Who are you passionate about? Where do you really want to live your life? What work is calling you? If any of those questions are resonating for you, get in touch with your passion and make a decision that no matter what, you're going to fulfill that purpose. You're going to make that commitment. That's all that's necessary. You don't need to know how it's all going to carry out in your life. That's not the way intention works. All you need to do is to be absolutely clear that whatever happens, you're going to step forward. You're going to change up the relationship situation. You're going to make that move to that new location and trust that what you need will be there when you get there. I know that sounds like a precarious way of living, but the reality is we live in a precarious world. We have extreme weather events. We have businesses collapsing that have stood for over 100 years. There is no security. The only true security is you trusting in your ability to roll with the changes. And when something inside of you wells up and says, it's time to do this, you have a choice. Run back into the life that you think is secure and hang on to it until it falls apart, because it will. If you need to move on, the universe will conspire one way or the other, even if it has to take things away from you, forcing you to make that decision. Or you can wholeheartedly embrace your life and say, I'm ready to do this. Place that intent. Trust that everything you need and everyone you need will show up. I think of the movie Jerry Maguire, where his subconscious surfaces, and one night he writes out this incredible mission statement. The next morning, now that the thinking mind is more aware than the passion which he's suppressed, he's terrified. He's appalled at what he's done. And his subconscious allowed him to put it out to everybody he knew. So now his life is shattered. His reputation is gone. He has to walk away from all of his security. And yet, by following that intention that comes from passion, he creates a whole new life for himself. And everyone and everything that he needs to make that happen all arises as soon as he follows through on his intention. Renee Zellweger's character is there in the background at the beginning of the film. But it's only once he places his intention and he's willing to let go of everything that has to do with his old life does she actually become visible to him and then become his helpmate and his partner. So move with your passion. When you feel something in your life needs to change, embrace that. Place the intention that you will make that change no matter what. And let the universe conspire to make it happen. Let the magic begin.